Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we have a new formation that you guys will love after the patch. The 4-4-2 just got a big buff, and now after the patch it's simply back, being very competitive and good. Today I show you the best tactics, the best player roles, and in general what players you want to put in each position to make the 4-4-2 a very good formation for you in weekly league and rivals. Let's just jump into today's video. So as I explained before in the intro, the 4-4-2 got a revamp after this patch that recently just came out. In my opinion, 4-5-1 a bit worse than it was before. I think 4-4-2 is definitely better than what it was before patch, and I think 4-4-1-1 actually got a bit of a buff as well, being better. But overall then, how do you want to play the 4-4-2 formation? What are you looking for in terms of players, role, tactics, whatever? So we're starting off in goal. Goalies, you can use whatever you want to, by the way, in any formation. That's just personal opinion, of course, as always. I will be playing with Mamardashvili. I think he's a very good keeper. I recently just completed Pope as well. Pope for me has been a bit of a fraud, so I'm not going to use Pope in net. I will be picking Mamardashvili, who's always been very consistent for me. He's been playing almost 200 games and is always very solid, and that's what I want from my keeper. I want him to be solid, not really be one game absolutely insane and the other games just selling me games because he's just trash. Anyway, Mamardashvili in net. Right back, I decided to go for Marcus Llorente, and a lot of you guys that are almost watching every video, this is going to be kind of the same team, but it's also very important in 4-4-2 formation to be able to use your fullbacks in attack. So you want two fullbacks that are pretty good on the ball. And mainly for pro restrictions and stuff, we can only have 4 players from 88 to 91 rated. So usually I don't really want to put a right back and a left back as one of the spots there. Otherwise I would definitely put Hakimi. Amazing on the ball, really good in general, you know, at defending, fast and everything. But Llorente overall is a very well-rounded right back. He's decent on the ball, can still finish, manages to have power shot, rapid and quick step, also relentless as well, which means that he can play 120 minutes, which is nice. But he is anyway just very decent in everything. His passing definitely throws him off a big time sometimes because of the playstyles, but in general a decent right back on the ball as well. Same thing with Nuno Mendes. I think he's obviously very quick. He doesn't feel like 95 pace to me in game though, and I think that's mainly because of his physique. That's one thing that I think he's lacking a bit, unfortunately. But overall very solid left back, and yeah, quite good on the ball, good with dribbling, good with movement and stuff. So yeah, I definitely rate him as a left back. Center backs will be Evan Militao's new I believe it's called Champions League Primetime card and Stam. And the most important thing with my center backs is that they at least manage to have a few playstyles in defending and maybe a bruiser. Bruiser, obviously, because bruiser is a really good playstyle now. If you use advanced defending, you need to start using advanced defending, because then you will activate the bruiser playstyle, which will help loads. Stam anyway, super good. Played over 400 games for me and is an absolute powerhouse. I bought him at the start of the game and he is my favorite center back on the game so far. Militao next to him though, I haven't really played a lot of games with him, only 23. Even though he manages to have block, intercepting goal, which is really good, same as Marquinhos. That's why I love Marquinhos, by the way, because he had intercept goal, aerial fortress, incisive, precision header and power shot. Overall very good center back. I mean, he has the pace, has the defending, has the physique, and overall a very physical center back, which I really enjoy. You know, I like a lot of times when he's pushing people off the ball. He just causing chaos for the strikers, which we really enjoy. So most important thing for the center backs, the play styles, but also for them to be quite quick in behind if you're playing against someone that's doing a lot of through balls. And I mean, if you have two center backs that has above 82 pace, both of them, I mean, you're in a good spot. Right mid and left mid, and what do I want from these? I want these wingers in general to have some good passing playstyles, but also shooting playstyles, and also I want them to be pacey in behind. Dembele is going to be my first option. I mean, obviously he's very expensive. I bought him for 4,150,000 coins. He's around the same price. As I said though, manages to have finesse and low driven, which is really good. Also pinged from the wing is actually very underrated. I think that's a very good playstyle to use, because trying to find your strikers from the right hand side with these R1 passes are really good. Also rapid and a quick step, but also trickster, which is nice and inventive there. So very good right mid, manages to have good playstyles, especially in shooting. Pinged, which is really nice, of course. 88 shooting, 94 dribbling, but also one thing that you guys forgot about, 5-star, which is really good. Left mid, also Kylian Mbappe, of course. I mean, if we look at the price, 4.2 million coins. God damn. Yes, I lost a lot of coins on him. Over 2 million I lost on this guy, but yeah, he's been playing 450 games for me, scored 500 goals and assisted 220. So he's been yeah, basically since the start. I think he was the first player that I actually bought into my team. And I think you can see that by the games as well, the amount of games he's been playing. Obviously though, 97 pace, 90 shooting, 92 dribbling, with actually finesse shot, which is super good, and also low driven, and also actually the Trivela, which is super underrated, I think. Still, Trivela shots are amazing if you manage just to have that game changer. Center mids need two things. Good passing playstyles need super important that you have good passing playstyles, but also for them to be kind of both of them box to box, so they can actually go forward and backwards. In 4-5-1, yes, you have one extra center mid, but then you can afford to have someone that's a bit more attacking and someone that's a bit more defensive. In this 4-4-2, you need to have two players that could go back and forth, and Reinders and De Jong are perfect for these. Both of them has tiki-taka and incisive. Reinders is going to be more the offensive one, as he has better shooting than De Jong, as you see, 10 stats more, but also he manages to have finesse shot, which is the most important thing. Also technical in silver for Reinders, which is really good to be able to move out of press with that R1 dribbling is actually really important. Then De Jong's same thing here, very good passing, a bit more defensive than Reinders, I would say, and that's why he's in here. Then Reinders is going to be more of the attacking midfielder. Strikers then will first of all be Claudia Pina, who's going to be on incisive pass and tiki-taka. Most important, I think, two playstyles for a striker, especially. That's why Pina is very rare, because there's not a lot of other strikers that manage to have both of these. Manage to have low driven and finesse as well, but also Trivela, which is really good. On the other hand though, we have Antoine Griezmann with finesse shot, low driven, incisive, long ball, inventive, game changer. Overall a fantastic card, and some really good stats. So basically shooting playstyles for the attackers are the most important thing, with low driven and finesse. That's why I play with these two, but also you will understand why I like to have incisive pass and tiki-taka for P now when I jump into the roles. First of all, if you want to copy the tactics, they are up there. Copy the code. Starting off here, we have a build-up style, balance, and defensive approach will be high. Mamardashvili will be on sweeper keeper. I think that's the best role for any keeper. Fullbacks will be on fullback and balanced, as we still want to use them in attack. That's why I explained to you guys earlier in the video that I want you guys to be able to actually use your fullbacks, because they need to be good on the ball. That's basically why. Center backs should be both on defender. I think that's the best playstyle for both of them. Right mid and left mid should both be on inside forward balanced. I think that's definitely the best role for left mid and right mid in this game. I don't really rate winger. I think it's decent in around the box though. They usually go out wide, which we don't really want, and that's why I play both on inside forward. I do deep line playmaker defend for not for Reinders. That will actually be for Frenkie de Jong. He will be on deep line playmaker defend, and the Reinders will be on deep line playmaker build up. As you see this kind of frame here, he will move a bit more forward but also a bit more back, and that's basically because we want him to go forward but also come back, obviously, in defending. Advanced forward will be for Antoine Griezmann, and focus will be on attack. And for Pina, we'll actually use false 9 build up, and that's in general because I think a lot of you guys might struggle with actually trying to find the strikers and build up, and then the false 9 build up role will be very usable for you guys, especially also because Pina manages to have tiki-taka and incisive, which means that she can actually play these through balls in behind to Griezmann, and that's also one thing. You could try to use maybe someone else than Griezmann that's a bit more quick in behind and use these through balls with Pina, or even with Reinders and De Jong. But that's why I think false 9 and build up for Pina is really good, because she manages to have tiki-taka and incisive, can play these through balls to the wingers, help him build up a lot of times, and once you get into the box, I mean, Pina is going to be in there, Griezmann is going to be in there. If you get the ball with Pina, you do low driven. If you do get the ball with Griezmann, you do finesse. So in general, that's why I think these are like the best 4-4-2 tactics that I've been playing with. I've been playing with a few games with it after the patch, and I definitely feel like it's a very good formation after the patch now. So that's the 4-4-2 formation after the patch. If this helped you out, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments if these tactics work for you in Rivals and Champions. For me lately, they've been working wonders, and 4-4-2 is simply back after the patch. Thank you so much for watching, boys. Love you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.